Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear.
All right, here we are. Beaming into the Song Club. Welcome. Oh, I got my fly glasses on because it's 1997. Achtung, baby. It's for all my fans of the U2. I always thought that was code for U2 bombers, but it turns out they just liked people. And I just thought they wanted to bomb people with hits. Yeah. Anyways, let's crank up the volume. Let's get it started. It is the year of our Lord 2023, and it's nice to be here with you, either on YouTube or in your car, in a podcast situation, maybe a workout, maybe you're climbing a mountain and you've downloaded this podcast and I'm up on the top of the mountain with you, but chances of you being on top of a mountain and me being with you are so slim. But you know, I'm a dreamer. And I like to dream. And I think, yeah, maybe I'm on top of a mountain with somebody. And dude, if you're on a mountain right now, and when I say dude, I mean man or woman, of course. Just because I say dude doesn't mean I'm talking to just men. When I say dude, I'm talking men, women, chillin'. Also, when I use the term bitch, I'm talking about mostly men. But occasionally, the ladies. But in a cool way. You know, like the way my wife would say it. Like, hey, bitch. Like that. Like, hey, bitch. When I say that, I mean, I'm talking to a guy. Probably one of my few friends. But here we are, Song Club. It's number 73. 73 Song Clubs. 73 times 8. You do the math. That's a lot of songs. And they just keep coming. I just keep bringing you guys the hits because why not? What else am I going to do? Have feelings? Sit around the house and have feelings? No. I got to do something. Take my mind off existential angst. The existential angst of life. What was I watching this week? I was watching a podcast. And when I say watching, I mean listening. I'm watching with my ears. Russell Brand was hanging out with Bill Maher. And they weren't hanging out because you could tell that they weren't, like, Russell Brand was wherever he lives in England or wherever the fuck he is. And so he wasn't hanging out at Bill Maher's man cave. And Bill Maher's, you know, smoking dope, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, weed, getting fucked up, getting crunk, I think is what the term is. And they're having a conversation, and man, Russell Brand is pretty smart and pretty verbose. But I feel like, I don't know, I would like to have a conversation with him at some point. And he would like run rings around me, just and I'd be like but I'd be like the tortoise and he'd be like the hare. And the race would be won by the hare. And by won, I mean I would lose completely. I have lost. Like if there was the human race, which I guess there is, he's won. And I'm lost. And there's no catching up. Now, in the future, maybe, I don't know, when everything gets, I don't know if there's a reckoning. If there's some kind of reckoning in the afterlife, then maybe I've won something there. But as far as consumerism and capitalism and that kind, like spirituality and all that kind of crap, I think he may have won that game. I don't know, though. Who knows? You never know anything about anyone. You think you do. You look at their life and you go, oh, they're so, like, famous, or they've made so much money that they don't need to worry about, like, health care. They don't need to worry about shoe wear. They don't need to worry about mall wear. Because they can pay for Norton. They've got a Norton subscription that they don't even know about. And they don't give a fuck. But me, I'm scrubbing through all my shit, trying to figure out how many of these fucking subscriptions do I have that I don't even know about. And the answer is fucking a lot. I found one the other day, and it was impossible for me to cancel this fucking subscription. It was for this company called Jago. And I was like, Jago? Luckily, fucking luck. How do you say it? Fuck luckily. Fucking luckily, PayPal will notify me whenever somebody's sucking the teat. And so I look down and, oh, you just made a fucking $79, some $70 payment to Jago. I'm like, Jago? First I had to look it up. Oh, it's a jogging app? Yeah, because a year ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to start jogging. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to turn my life around. So I subscribed to Jago. Never used it once. Not even one time did I go fucking jogging with the Jago app. Immediately forgot about it. Within probably minutes after downloading it and signing up. Never to be thought of again until a year later when this fucking company is like, we'll take that. And luckily PayPal told me, because there are other subscriptions that aren't on PayPal that are on like credit cards or whatever. Amazon maybe, Apple, who fucking knows at this point? Roku TV, I've got subscriptions on Roku TV. Good luck canceling those subscriptions. Anyways, thank you, PayPal. Put everything on PayPal and then get notifications from PayPal. Whatever you do, don't turn off notifications on PayPal. If you learn anything on this song club about anything, it's that. Put everything on PayPal and don't ever turn off notifications. All right, what do we got this week? We've got lots of songs for you, the listener. I want to thank all my friends on Patreon. When I say friends, I mean people who are giving me money. Giving me money every week. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. It helps because it's harder and harder. I have a booking agent. My booking agent's supposed to be like the booking agency that I have is supposed to be the best in the world for what I do, songwriters. Not doing a good job. Hopefully he's not listening. And if he is, maybe he'll do a better job. Hasn't been doing a good job. So that's cool. Anyways, it just means I haven't been playing very much. And having said that, I have some shows coming up this weekend in Annapolis and in the Birchmere, which is near D.C. I think it's in Maryland. Who knows where anything is up in that area. There's like 5 cities. There's 5 states that interconnect up there. Maryland's one of them. D.C., whatever the fuck that is. That's not even a state. Washington, D.C., I don't think. It's a state of mind, maybe. But what do I know? Am I the government? Nope. Did I make the rules? Hell no. If I made the rules, weed would be legal. Oh, it is? Maybe I am the government. Man, I gotta sneeze like a motherfucker. All right, let's do this. Let's listen to our first song this week. This is a song called Cat Stevens. And it's about my boy, Yusu Stevens. It's not really about him at all. He's only in the last verse. You won't even hear it when I play it. Because I don't play the whole song. What am I going to subject you to a whole song? You can listen to that on your own time if you like it. In the meantime, let's get a little taste, though. Here's the first song of the month. It's called Cat Stevens. All right, first of all, we got to crank this shit. There we go. Nice. Rocky couldn't find his way home from work. Went off the road and he lost his shirt. In a nifty pyramid scheme, selling Indonesian tangerines. So he moved to Switzerland, started a home for wayward men. Went to the gym and got real swole. Can't even count the hearts he stole. And it worked out in the end, I guess. And the answer to your questions, yes. In the play of Midsummer Night's Dream, the king wanted to fuck the queen, but the queen wasn't having any of it. So they started fucking up shit. Threw some spells on some bitches, bro. And the next thing you know, it's like the Bachelor show, and everybody's losing their minds. And in the end, it just works out fine, and everything's pulled apart at the seams, and they can see it was just a butterfly's dream. Cat Stevens, y'all. So yeah, in the last verse of that song, which is my favorite verse, which you didn't hear, I talk about how Cat Stevens went to therapy and then worked through some shit and then realized, oh, I'm leaving money on the table, boy. Calling myself Yusuf. Nobody's going to go see Yusuf. Nobody gives a fuck about Yusuf. They only care about Cat Stevens. So it's like, hey, Cat Stevens / Yusuf Stevens / go fuck yourself. Because I don't know what his original name was, but it wasn't Yusuf either. I don't know what his name was. It was something like Bob Schneider, not rock and roll enough. By the way, that dude, Cat Stevens, was like on TV singing songs that he wrote on TV when he was like 18. And just like looking like he was 38, but he was 18. And like just looking so uncomfortable. And maybe that's just me reading into it because I know, like, I know his songs and I know what he sings about. And then I know he changed his name to Yusuf and sold all his shit and tried to like live some spiritual life. I just find it interesting, people who throw on a diaper and renounce all the shit in the world and try to live that way, because I just feel like if, you know, there is some sort of higher power or whatever that's like looking at you, they would just find those people, like, they would just be laughing at, like, oh my God, can you believe that dude? Like, they've got toilet paper, but he's not using toilet paper. What? Why? Oh, he's trying to get spiritual. Oh, okay. Well, that's dumb. It just seems, a lot of it seems dumb. But I don't know. The world is dumb. The world's full of dumb people, which is cool, I guess. It's frustrating. You want everybody to, like, be smarter and make better choices, but they don't. So what can you do? Deal with it, bitch. See? There, I used the word bitch. And again, I'm not talking about my old lady. I'm talking about you, whoever you are, man or woman, listening. When I say bitch, I mean it in a nice way. Man, I watched the new Louis C.K. It just came out. You can get it on his website. I love me some Louis C.K. Makes me laugh real hard. And the thing that he does, he toys with stuff that's kind of dangerous to talk about. And he does it in a brilliant way that's really funny. And that's the thing. You can talk about anything as long as you're funny. But some of the stuff that he talks about, if he wasn't funny, oh boy, he's in a lot of trouble. And here's the thing. Not everybody's got a good sense of humor, so they're going to look at some of the stuff that he does, like he'll use an accent, and then all of a sudden he's a racist. All of a sudden he's a monster. And he's not. He's just trying to be funny, and he is funny. He makes me laugh real hard. Yeah, I always find it very interesting when people who don't do shit in terms of creating creative content decide what's good and what's bad. Critics. I mean, I'm a critic, but I make shit. So, hey, I make shit. So I can criticize all day long. But the people who don't do shit, never written a song, never made a joke, never gone into a club and stood in front of people and tried to make people laugh. Hardest thing there is to do. Hardest thing that you can do in public is get in front of people and make them laugh. And now you want to get on Twitter or whatever the fuck platform you're using and say, oh, this guy's not cool. GFY. Anyways, just thinking about it now, I'm just filled with a seething rage. All right, let's listen to another song. This one's called Secret Power. I have no idea. I can't even remember what this song is. And I wrote it recently. It says I wrote this like 9 days ago. Let's listen to it and see what it sounds like. Secret Power by your boy Busy Schnizzy. All right, too loud. Oh yeah, let's grab a Tecate with a little salt and lime.
I got a secret power that lets me know which lies you tell are true. Like a little rubber bullet, a little bit of color across the blue. Yeah, you say you're sorry now. The winter's lost its summer review.
First verse doesn't make any sense.
But I got this secret power, and we both know that none of it is true. You can put your boots on backwards and come walking back to me. Back to this wrecked old rainbow, wrecked as an old rainbow can be.
Talking about getting old there.
I'm not saying I'm good for nothing, but good for nothing ain't a bad thing to be.
Debatable.
Oh, and I got this secret power, as anyone with eyes can plainly see.
Ay. Well, secret power. I wish I could remember what the damn phrase was. for that, but it doesn't matter. It's kind of a nice song. We played it live, and we changed it up a little bit, made it a little bit more up-tempo, sort of, but still set in Mexico. The scene set, that song set in Mexico. Now, did I spend a lot of time in Juarez as a youth? Yeah, my parents moved to El Paso when I was in 3rd grade, and from 3rd to 7th grade, we lived in pretty much abject poverty. My mom was a elementary school teacher. My dad studied voice at UTEP. So we didn't have a lot of money after we paid rent. So most of the time we would go shopping in Juarez at the El Mercado. And I just remember as a kid, like eating a lot of pinto beans and powdered milk and some kind of weird fucking cereal that sucked. Anyways, we were just poor back then, and but we did spend a lot of time in Juarez. My parents would go over there. We'd eat. They would drink. We would walk around. It was nice. It was nice back then. There weren't no drug cartels. And then I went back there to go to college. I did a 2-year stint at the University of Maryland in Munich, Germany, which was basically a 2-year drinking stint, and then took a year off and drank at home for a year, bagged groceries every day, and then at the end of the day, I'd have a giant wad of cash, which then I would go out and party on. And when I say party, I mean just buy beer. And my best friend at the time, I can't even think of his name, but he was a military police guy, and we would go out and drink and try to get lucky with the ladies, and hardly ever did. And then get home at 5 or 6 in the morning, then wake up at noon and go bag groceries. And then, after a year of that, my parents were like, get the fuck out. And I'm like, well, I didn't get accepted at any university. They're like, yeah, you did. UTEP. So I went to UTEP and then realized, oh, I can't even drink over here because I'm 20. Oh, but I can over in Juarez because they don't give a fuck about drinking age. So spent many a night in Juarez having fun. And so, yeah, that's where that song came from all of those days and nights in Juarez as a youth and as a young man. All right, let's listen to another song. This one's called Letter from the Cemetery. It's another new one from a week or two ago. Here we go. All right, too loud.
Bought a casino down in Vegas, spent every lesson I had. But I lost it all, now all I feel's bad. Yeah, it seems that the sun will never gonna shine. And I got a letter from the cemetery telling me that everything's fine.
A lot of words in this song.
I have my mind made up, my body's made up as a mind can be. So you'd be wasting your time if what you wanted was to argue with me. And tell me nothing means a thing, what's the point of even trying? Got a letter from the cemetery telling me that everything's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Put your hands together, go and make some noise. If you think any of this shit's your choice. Life's just a movie that you're starring in, so relax and enjoy it, it's about to begin. Right now. I had a friend named Rachel, like to think.
Damn, a lot of horns in that biatch. And that's using it as a descriptor. I don't even know what it is. Adverb? Adjective? Maybe an adjective. Who knows? Dude, I hated English when I was in school. Hated it. I was like, what? Who gives a fuck what this words in the sentence are called? Is the sentence interesting? Is it funny? That's all that matters. They're like, well, this is an adjective, and this is an adverb, and this is a... Who gives a fuck? I mean, seriously. I'm fucking in my late 30s. I've never fucking needed, like, I've never had a conversation with somebody and go, hey, is that an adverb or an adjective that you just used? Hey, go fuck yourself. What the fuck? Who needs to know any of that shit? Dude, here's what you need to know. How to be in a fucking real relationship with somebody. Teach that in school. Relationships 101. Teach that. Here's communication skills. Teach that. How to critically think. Really? You're going to teach me how to fucking break down a goddamn sentence? Say that for dicks. For straight up fucking assholes who think that knowing that shit is important in university. Or who fucking gives a fuck? That is completely useless information that nobody ever needs to know. Whoever invented adverbs and adjectives, go fuck yourself forever. Unnecessary information. What are you going to, like, invent a cure for cancer because you know it's a fucking adjective? No. Are you going to write Moby Dick because you know what an adjective is? Fuck no. Is Moby Dick good? No. That sucks. That book sucks. But maybe it was good when it came out. Who fucking knows? That's one of those books that's so hard to read. If you've read it, you're like, this is the best book I ever read. Is it, though? Is it better than The fucking Martian? I don't think so. All right. I got a little hot there. Every once in a while I get real hot. Because I'm sensitive. And things affect me deeply. So I'll fall in love in a second. And I'll also get real excited in a second. And I'll also get real angry in a second. I'll also get real sad in a second. It doesn't take me long to feel things. I feel them immediately, like kind of like Sophia Regar or whatever that chick is who's in Modern Family. Who seems really funny in real life. But anybody that funny in real life, probably a bit of a handful. But who knows? I don't know, because I don't know her. But she seems pretty funny, and she seems real cool, and she's definitely easy on the eyeball. All right, I got a couple songs this week. Those are all the new songs that I wrote. And the rest of these songs are old songs. And when I say old, some are a few years old, some are like 10 years old, some are 15 years old. I got one song that's probably 20 years old at least. Let's listen to that one. This is a song that I probably recorded on a cassette tape. I used to record all my demos on a 4-track Tascam recorder with a cassette. It gave me 4 tracks, and there was no editing capabilities whatsoever. You just pressed record, and then you played along to yourself, and good luck getting that right. I used an Ensoniq keyboard, which was this sort of workstation keyboard, which let me like do drums and everything kind of at the same time, drums and like some keyboard stuff. Really hard to program, really difficult. It's sitting right over here. I bought one a few years ago. The one I had originally stopped working. I bought another one. I have no idea how to use it. I used to. Have no idea how to use it now. But it's sitting there because why not? Reminds me of the good old days. All right, let's listen to this song called Eddie Golden. At least 20 years old. Who knows? Maybe a little more. Maybe 23 years old. Yeah, it's got that cassette sound.
For the cavalry, don't got no gravy, got your mama's neck, choked out your bacon at the triple set. This is the story of me, my name's stare. I hide your secrets in my underwear. This is a story of me. My name's Eddie Gold.
Eddie Golden. That's an oldie, but a moldie. Yeah, that was definitely. That song's 23 years old, if it's a day old. And it makes no sense. It's one of those songs that I wrote. I write a lot of songs where I'm just like, just write a bunch of bullshit out. And then I'm like, sometimes I'm like, well, I'll figure it out later what it's about. But I do feel like that's the best way to get to something good, is to get real non-linear with your thinking, to be creative. I really just like, well, what doesn't make sense? And then try to write that. But it's not even about trying to write anything. It's just about being open to anything that comes into your head, no matter how crazy or weird or disconnected it is to the thing you just wrote. You just write it down and then make it rhyme, and then you can get some really interesting things that happen. Now, did they happen on that song? Not really. That's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Now, are there people like Tori Amos who made an entire career writing down mumbo jumbo that makes no sense at all and fucking made enough money to buy a nice house with a pool? Hell yeah. Are there a bunch of people that fucking still think that Tori Amos was the shit? Yeah, my wife and a bunch of other people, all of them women. Maybe there's 5 guys. It's hard to say 5 guys when you're talking about Tori Amos without saying gay guys, but I'm not necessarily saying they're gay. But there are 5 men who think that Tori Amos is good. You might be one of them. You're a very small minority of people. So that's cool. It's nice to be special. Anyways, that's all I'll say there about Tori Amos. Good on you, girl, for getting away with that bullshit for all of those years. And I know some of you are like, no, you got to listen to this song. And they'll play me the song. I'm like, bullshit. No, you got to listen to this song. Let me listen. Bullshit. So yeah, it's just, here's the thing. Prove that what you're saying is true, and they can't. Because here's what happens. I'll tell you exactly what happens. They'll play me a song that they heard when they were 14 or 15. And so that's like weirdly welded into their brain. They have no idea. It's like, again, it's like looking at the sky and you go, what color is that? And you go, blue. Now, what blue is or what that means, unavailable to you. You just know it as a color. Well, it's just blue. That's just what it is. It's blue. Same with the Tori Amos song that you heard when you were 14 that you really fucking connected to. You're like, this is good. Why is it good? No idea. What is it? I have no idea. You just think it's good because it's connected to all this other shit that you were going through at the time. And you can't separate yourself from it. That's why, like, I love Home Computer by Kraftwerk. Heimatscomputer. I listened to it in German, bitch. I was in Germany when I heard it in 1981. Was that a good time for me? No. Did I enjoy that music? Yeah, I did. And so now I listen to it and I love it. I'm the operator with my pocket calculator. Computerwelt. I love it. Now, is it good? Probably not. But there's no part of my brain that can think that it's not good. So somebody else can listen to it and go, that sounds like some old shit. That sounds like some antiquated bullshit. Like if I heard something from the 50s, like, oh, good, great God, good God. It's me doing Jerry Lee Lewis. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. It sounds like some old shit to me. But somebody who's like in their 80s, like my parents, they'd be like, oh, that's some scary shit, son. Because when they heard it, they were 14. And they were like, oh, what is this? This is weird, scary, crazy shit. But I heard it, and it sounded like something my parents would listen to. And then when somebody else hears Computer Belt from the 80s, they're like, you do know that was 40 years ago, right? I'm like, was it? Oh, shit, I'm old. I forgot. Sorry. But it doesn't sound antiquated to you. To you, it sounds like weird, cool shit. When you heard it, you were like, are these human beings? I'm not sure. Are they aliens? I'm not sure. Because at that point in my life, when I was 15 years old, I didn't know what was real and what wasn't real. I believed in gnomes at the time because they put out a book called Gnomes, and it was nonfiction. And I would see rabbit tracks in the snow in Germany, and I would just think, oh, those are fucking gnome tracks. I just haven't seen one yet. Anyways, again, I've been going on rants. It's a little early in the morning. Sometimes when it's early, I get on rants. All right, let's listen to another one. I got a couple songs that are about the devil, but let's not go there yet. Let's do this one. This one's called Dinosaurs Are Big, People Are Small. I may have gotten this from my son, who was really into dinosaurs when he was younger. Let's listen to it, and maybe I'll get hot about something else afterwards. Here's what I need, a little bit of this. Now I feel better.
And she said dinosaurs are big, and she said people are small.
Oh yeah, this is the jam right here, boy.
And she said God is love, and she said and the world's a ball. And she said and the sky's so blue, and she said you can see the sun. And she said everything is, and she said all one. And she said you will live forever.
This is the jam right here, boy. Yeah.
And you will live forever. She said, and you will live forever. And she said, you will live something that I can't avoid. Space people, that's all we've ever
Oh, shit!
Oh, it's something that I don't want to avoid.
Space people, that's all we've ever been. Space people, that's all we've ever been, son. Oh, man, I love that song. Again, dude, that's such a good song. Here's the problem with that song. I've tried to play that song live a bunch of times, and it just does not work live. And when a song doesn't work live, I just kind of discount it. I'm like, well, I can't use it. And so then it just kind of goes in the bin. And that's the wonderful thing about the Song Club is that those songs, I love that song. People would never hear it. I was like, man, I should put this on a record. It'll never go on a record because one of the requirements that I've been using lately for the last few records is that I have to be able to play it live, and I have to be able to play it solo even. Because here's the thing, you can get away with a bunch of shit with a song in a band situation, and especially in a recording situation. You can literally record anything. But then some songs like that one, even with a band, it's almost impossible to play. And solo, oh my God, if I try to play that song solo, forget about it. But it's a great recording, And because we're here at the Song Club and because you're a Patreon member, you get it. You get it. You get to have it and play it whenever you want and enjoy it for the rest of your short life, however long that is. Dinosaurs are big, people are small. It's the reason I do the Song Club, to get those songs to you guys. Songs I really like. All right, let's listen to another one. This one's called The Devil and the Lord. And it's like one of those like Johnny Cash songs where it's like this could have just been taken right out of the Bible, verbatim. Let's listen to it. It's pretty. This is the shit right here. This is the kind of shit that you know. This is the kind of shit that people pay big bucks for. All right, here we go. The Devil and the Lord. Maybe it'll start playing here eventually. Oh, maybe it will. Maybe it won't. It's not wanting to play, so that's always cool. Maybe we'll come back to that one because right now it is not available for consumption. All right, let's listen to it. This one's called The Devil's Dice. Another devil one.
My mama was as pretty as a bird in a tree. She won $1 million in the Alabama lottery. When she died, I thought she might leave a little for me, but she gave it to the goddamn Lord, you see. My daddy was born, I was 33, doing life in Folsom Penitentiary. But before he died, he left me this advice. He said, son, never roll the devil's dice.
Don't roll the devil's dice, motherfucker. It's hot. They're hot. Burn your hands. Burn your hands, boy.
I grew up fast, I grew up wild. Some folks called me the devil's child.
Did they?
I started robbing when I was 14. I beat a man half to death in Killeen when I was 20.
Khalid.
I did a 2-year stint for a call that went bad, but called an incident.
Oh, shit.
Past isn't pretty.
Woo.
I know I ain't nice, but as long as I live, I've never rolled the devil's dice.
Oh, no. Never roll that fucking devil's dice. That's a song that fucking Chris Stapleton could do and fucking sell the shit out of. And everybody be like, oh, yeah, have you heard that devil's dice song? Add some horns to it, and you got yourself what we call the old-fashioned hit. That's an old-fashioned country hit right there. But hard for me to sing a song like that and take it real seriously. But, it's fun. It's kind of fun to write those songs, but then they are kind of like the songs that I'll write, and then almost immediately after I write them, I'm like, better luck next time. Better luck next time. Now, some people might like that song. I don't know. It's part of the Song Club. It's one of those things where they're like, you buy a pack of comics, and the one and it's like wrapped up, and the one in the front and the one in the back look good, and you're like, oh man, this is gonna be jam packed with wonderful surprise comics in the middle. Those comics in the middle aren't gonna be better than the ones on the best comics are the one you see on the ends. Same with the Song Club. The ones that I play at the beginning and maybe the end, for sure the beginning, maybe not even the end. Those are going to be the best songs, and then they're going to get worse. And that song, here's the thing. Somebody might be like, of all the songs you played today, The Devil's Dice is my favorite. Why? Because I used to roll the devil's dice, and now I don't because I'm saved. I'm born again. But if they're born again, they're probably not listening to me because I do talk a lot of shit about that sometimes. Not always. Hey, look, here's my deal. If you found the Lord, I don't care how you found him. I'm just glad you found him, and I'm glad you got him. Because everybody needs a little something to get through. And whatever way works for you, I'm all about it. I love it. Just keep that info to yourself, and I'll keep my info to myself, and we'll talk about something else that we can agree on, like Arsenal Football Club. Killing it in the Premier League. Oh, you don't follow soccer? Yeah, because you're an American. Oh, you're the rest of the world? Yeah, you know all about it? Yeah, because you're the rest of the world. Anyways, I didn't know shit about it until recently, but now I'm a huge fan. Premier League. Very boring unless you have a team. I do have a team. Are we the number one team in the Premier League? Yeah, we are. Is it better to win than to lose? Yeah, it is. All right, let me see if I can play this other song called The Devil and the Lord. Maybe I can't. Maybe it won't play. No, now it's playing for some fucking reason. Jesus Christ. All right, let's listen to this song. Like I said, this could just be straight a fucking verse from the Bible. Real shit happens in this song. Real shit. It's a long song too. It's 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Dude, we're already, I don't know how far we're into it. We're into it. And no words. Here come words right now.
The Lord came down from heaven.
Okay.
Carrying a mighty hammer.
Oh, shit.
Called out for the devil by his name.
Dude, when the Lord calls your name and he's carrying a hammer, not good.
And the devil shook with wonder. He'd never seen the Lord come down from heaven before.
He normally just stays up in heaven, I guess.
So the devil, he went hiding.
Hell yeah.
He feared the vengeance of the Lord.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He knew of his anger, and he feared his holy will.
Doesn't rhyme.
He'd seen what he'd done to Jesus, his only son, so they say.
Might have had some other sons.
And it had made an impression to this very day.
All right, so that sets it up. Anyways, some shit happens. Spoiler alert, he beats the devil to death with the hammer. Spoiler alert, he beats the devil to death. So that's how you know it's a real fucking, that's how you know it's a real story from the Bible. Because he beats the dude to death, the devil. Great song. I know I talked a lot of shit about the Devil's Dice. It's okay. Look, here's the thing. Just because I'm not crazy about a song doesn't mean it's a good song. My manager that I had a while back told me that my least favorite song on the record, that's my hit. And it kind of it's kind of true. I heard like Train. They had that song Soul Sister, whatever the fuck song. Huge hit. They didn't even want to put that on the record. They thought it was silly and dumb. They put it on the record as the biggest hit of all time for them. And then they're like, oh. And now they play it all the time and pretend that they like it. But you know they don't. Because they played it so many times, they hate it. But also bought them houses. Also filled the place with people so that they could buy houses. And also, who knows what else they bought. Cars and shit. And then they were like, let's try to write another song like that. But then they were like, also, let's try to write a song like Bob Schneider. And they did, and it wasn't that big of a hit. But it was a bigger hit than the one I had, but still. And then they'll be like, no, but they kind of did. They kind of heard a song of mine that they liked called 40 Dogs, and then kind of wrote a song similar to it, but not similar enough. Just, that's what everybody does. That's what I do. I hear a song I like, and then I write a song. I'm like, I want to write a song that's kind of got that vibe, but I don't want to copy it. And they didn't copy me, but they did write a song that had the vibe, which is fine. I wrote a song that had somebody else's vibe, and I'm very flattered by it. And also, they're like, fuck yourself, dude. We didn't write that song because of you. But hey, I have to believe that people care, and they're listening to my shit and wanting to copy it and having huge hits. That's the only thing that gets me through the day. That and the Song Club and hanging out with you guys here in the Song Club. Thanks for joining me again. I hope you have a wonderful April 2023, and also hope you have a wonderful rest of the world, whatever it is in the future, if you're listening to this in the far future, where I've become a legend in other people's minds besides my own. People are like, oh, he was the best of all time. He was the best that ever lived. Anyways, I am. Oh, you said it. I'm not. I wish I was. I'm pretty good, though. Pretty good. All right, let's end this song club with a song called Drop the Mic. This one's fairly new. I think it's from 5 years ago. Dude, when you're writing songs, when you're presenting songs that are 5 years old and you're like, oh, those are new, it means you're probably a little longer in the tooth than, say, your average 14-year-old man. And when I say man, I mean boy, child. All right, here it is. Drop the Mic. Thanks, everybody. If you want to get all these songs, put them on your computer forever, and so you can listen to them whenever you want. Also, another hundreds and hundreds of songs from the previous song clubs. You can get those too. For the price of 1 month, you can join Song Club, get all the songs, and then get out. Get in and get out. Or you can do what a lot of these people do, which is subscribe and then forget about it and then stop listening to the Song Club. But keep supporting me because you're like, he's already sent me like 200 songs. How many more of these songs is he going to send? I'm going to keep sending 8 a month. So dig it. Here's Drop the Mic. Thanks, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time. Oh, is it going to work now? Is Drop the Mic not going to happen? Who knows? Let's try it. Oh, you know what? I have the sound turned down. And when you have the sound turned down, doesn't matter what you do. It ain't gonna play if the sound's turned down. All right, here we go. Drop the mic. We'll see you next time.
I was out becoming the horizon. I was out just doing my thing. It was as easy as drawing the ocean. It was harder than a wedding ring. Brightest day in the blackest night. Baby, go ahead and do what you like. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. You wanna give in to your convictions. You wanna let me have